The world was shocked over Halloween weekend when over 150 people lost their lives during a crowd crush in the heart of Seoul, South Korea. This is what happened as the tragedy unfolded. On October 29, 2022, a deadly crowd surge killed over 150 people and injured scores more at a Halloween event in a popular party district in Seoul, South Korea. As many as 100,000 revelers were crowded into the city's Itaewon district, a popular destination filled with bars, restaurants, and clubs. At the time of the festivities, the district was so crowded with vehicle traffic that it was difficult for ambulances to get to the dead and dying.
So actually the person in the middle, they got jammed and they have no way to communicate.
According to the Korea Herald, the 2022 incident was the worst peacetime disaster in the country since the 2014 Seoul ferry sinking, which claimed 304 lives. As a central neighborhood in a city that dates back to ancient times, Itaewon is filled with narrow streets and alleyways. The alleyway in which the fatal crowd surge took place is only 13 feet wide. By comparison, the typical American two-way street is over 20 feet wide, according to the National Association of City Transportation Officials. According to Cultural Atlas, over half of the population of South Korea doesn't identify with any religion, although a not insignificant percentage of Koreans are Christian. Halloween is, of course, a sort of Christian holiday, or more accurately, its origins exist at the hazy intersection of Christianity and paganism. As such, CBS News notes that it's not generally a big deal in South Korea. The holiday is, however, huge with the country's young adults, and Itaewon is Seoul's top destination for Halloween revelry, particularly due to the district's multinational vibe. Survivor Jia Shin told NPR, "There's always a lot of people in Itaewon, but the peak is during the Halloween season. Whenever Halloween rolls around, everyone, including celebrities, go to Itaewon." That Halloween is big with Korea's younger generation is unfortunately reflected in the death toll from the Halloween crush. According to CNN, the victims were mostly teenagers and young adults. According to The Guardian, the 2022 iteration of the annual Itaewon Halloween partying was considerably busier than in previous years. One attendee told Reuters that the neighborhood was, quote, at least 10 times more crowded than usual. An estimated 100,000 people had assembled near the Hamilton Hotel, reportedly the biggest crowd in the area since the easing of COVID-19 restrictions. At around 10:20 p.m. local time, a large number of people somehow fell in a sloped, narrow alleyway. According to Al Jazeera, a rumor had spread amongst the crowd that a celebrity had been sighted nearby, while Yonhap news agency reports that there also may have been gossip about drug-laced candy being handed out. Whatever rumors were swirling on the ground, too many people ended up packed into a street too narrow to accommodate them. Furthermore, since the street is sloped, individuals at the top began to fall onto individuals below, according to The Guardian. Soon, ambulances were dispatched, but the area was so crowded that they had difficulty getting to the scene. Meanwhile, regular people were doing their best to help as well. BBC News reports that attendees who knew CPR performed the maneuver on unconscious and dying individuals, trying to save anyone who could be saved. On October 31st, Kyoto News reported that the official death toll from the tragedy stood at 155, with 152 more people reported to be injured. The Korean government has launched an investigation into the incident, and President Yoon Suk-yeol, Prime Minister Han Duck-soo, and Seoul Mayor Oh Si-hoon have all participated in a public mourning ritual. The country has also entered into a mourning period, during which schools will refrain from school trips and large-scale activities. In a statement on Twitter, U.S. President Joe Biden noted that he and First Lady Jill Biden were devastated to learn of the incident and the deaths that it caused, adding, "Our hearts go out to their loved ones in this time of grief, and we continue to pray for the recovery of all who were injured."